Hello everyone, it's Miss Hinde-Taylor here reading chapter 15 of Baby Aliens Got My Teacher, and this chapter is called It's Never Good When Your Teacher Comes to Your House. The next day, Mum said that Miss Jones had phoned and that she was bringing over my school bag, and also that she wanted to have a chat about everything that had happened at school yesterday. I really wasn't looking forward to Miss Jones coming round for a chat, especially on a Saturday, because usually when teachers want to have a chat with my mum, it's because I've done something wrong. Like the time the head teacher said me and Jodie couldn't sell our homemade perfume at school anymore after Leanne Raynor got burns on her arms. I explained that Leanne Raynor must just have very sensitive skin and it wasn't our fault, but then the head teacher said that Leanne Raynor had lost 2 layers of skin, and then he had a chat with my mum and she confiscated all our perfume making equipment. So anyway, when Miss Jones came over, Mum told me to go up to my room, so I sat on the stairs instead, but I couldn't really hear anything except for buy one get 2 free and grave mistake. Then, when Miss Jones eventually left, Mum shouted for me to come downstairs. So I sneaked back up and shouted, "Okay, coming," and then ran downstairs. That's when Mum explained to me what had really been going on at school. Mum said that because all the teachers have been working very hard this year, the head teacher had brought them all teddies to say thank you. But then she said about how the head teacher had forgotten to get teddies for the office ladies too, and that had been a grave mistake. Mum said that the office ladies had been really angry because they had been working very hard too and didn't like being left out. Then Mum said that the head teacher realised what he'd done and bought all the office ladies really cheap teddies that weren't as good as the ones he gave the teachers, and how that made everything worse. And that's why everyone was shouting in the staff room when we walked in. Mum said they were all probably shocked to be caught arguing by pupils, and that they were smiling at us so much because they were embarrassed. And then Mum said, "Poor Mr. Murphy," and she giggled a bit. So I said that they didn't really explain anything, like why Gary Petrie had tried to dance with me with his bogey fingers, and why the office ladies had said that the head teacher's ears must have been burning, and that this teddy situation is a time bomb waiting to explode. And also that I didn't think that Mr. Killington, who teaches 4K, would really like a pink teddy that said "You're great" on it. And Mum said that sometimes people say your ears are burning if someone is gossiping about you, and that the office ladies had been gossiping about how the head teacher hadn't given them teddies. Then she said that the office ladies had been speaking metaphorically, which means that they didn't actually mean the teddies were going to explode. They meant that they were so upset about being left out and that the situation was going to explode, which means everyone would get angry and start shouting. And then she said that she was sure the head teacher had given Mr. Killington a different gift. And I said I hope so, and that it should have been a bike because I know he likes those. Then Mum said we should be extra nice to Miss Jones because we had given her a fright, and that it isn't okay to run out of a class and worry her like that. And then she said maybe Gary Petrie was being nice because he liked me. Yuck. And that's the end of chapter 15. See you next time for chapter 16, Some Things Not Quite Right. Take care.